Welcome to the first ever Wrong Play Tournament of Guts and Glory, where we pit the games we've played this season against each other to find out which one will come out on top and claim the crown of our next Wrong Play. Hope you enjoy it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We're doing our tier list sort of ranking, choosing our next Wrong Play. It's Matt, and we got Grant.
Hello, me.
We're going to take a look at another group of 5 games that we did our quick licks on. Last time we went over Nemo, Resident Evil Gaiden, Double Dragon, Batman Forever, and Turtles in Time. This time, we've got another list here for you. We'll be looking at Castlevania, Legacy of Darkness, Rock and Roll Racing, Prince of Persia, Dragon Warrior, and Chip and Dale.
Number one. Yep.
Number one. That's right. There is like a sequel, isn't there?
There is, yeah. I don't know if I've ever played it, but anyway, I digress.
Mm-hmm. So what you see on the screen here is what we decided for that first group. Going to do a Wrong Play of Nemo and the others in their respective categories. Let's see how the chips fall here for group number 2.
Yeah, first up, we have Legacy of Darkness, a Castlevania game on the Nintendo 64. I believe it was kind of like an expansion to the original Castlevania 64.
Yeah, so the way I interpreted it, and I think I brought this up in our quick lick, is that it's like an enhanced version of the original with more content. Basically, they released the first game when it wasn't finished, and then later they released this version with all the extra stuff that they really wanted to do for the original.
Yeah. And speaking of quick lick, why don't you take a quick look at the quick lick and revisit our episode? Here you go.
Unbothered.
What just happened? I'm a werewolf.
Oh, you're a werewolf.
Oh, jump on the box, Mr. Wolfie Man.
Oh.
Come on, you can do it. Yeah.
Oh, hey, nice jump.
Oh! That's a do-over.
That was kind of funny. Just welcome back. That was our little look back at the quick lick. Hope you guys enjoyed that. So, Grant, what are you feeling on this one?
We don't have a ton of Nintendo 64 representation in this first season. I don't think that this is a bad game. I think it might be a little rough around the edges, a little clunky, but we could probably power through it. I really have no idea how frustrating it might be, if there's any jank or something as we get into it. But from what we played, it doesn't seem too bad. I love Castlevania. I wouldn't mind kind of spreading my horizons. spreading your horizons and mixing your metaphors digging more into the Castlevania catalog for the games that I have missed. So I don't think it's trash.
I don't think it's trash. I'm not sure it's really lone player stream material either, but I'm also not so sure. I think it's more of a backlog kind of thing where like, I don't know. Unless you feel a lot more strongly about one of these other games in this group, I feel like this is kind of a backlog one, personally.
Yeah, I think it's one that we'd both want to play through and experience.
Yeah.
So I think it's
definitely
a backlog Wrong Play. And just for some clarification for you guys, the way that we're categorizing this stuff, Wrong Play top tier is the one that we're definitely going to be doing for this first batch of Wrong Plays that we're getting from this season. The backlog Wrong Play tier is that we want to play through it in the future in the same sense, but it's not a priority. And then the lone play,
we may or may not get to those ones. Yeah,
and then the lone play / streamers is just games that we've checked out that we wouldn't mind playing individually or just further checking out. We're not going to commit to a full playthrough, but we also might if we end up liking it. But it's just not. It's not something that we're going to organize and we're going to schedule for us both to be there and things like that. It's just something that we might get to in our own time, however we see fit.
Yeah. And then, of course, the trash
garbage
is trash.
We're getting that out of here. Yeah. So,
So-
I agree. Backlog, wrong play. I think we'd both want to play it. So,
for sure. That's a good spot for it. So number 2, we have here Rock and Roll Racing. Now, this one was an experience, I'll say. I was not prepared for what you showed to us in that particular quick lick. Speaking of, I mean, let's throw it back to the quick lick so you guys can remember what we did there.
here you go. There we go. Rock and roll.
The stage is set. The green flag drops.
So GamePro gave us a mixed review.
Snake fades into last.
Game Pro, what are you doing?
They praised the Versus mode and rockin' soundtrack with driving appropriate tunes, but criticized the weak sound effects and remarked that the graphics and digitized voice are noticeably worse than the other versions of the game.
They don't know what they're talking about. Or maybe they are.
Super Gamer reviewed the NES version and gave an overall score of 90%.
Here we are.
Indeed. That was something.
Yeah.
It was.
It
Yeah.
was a Blizzard title before they became Blizzard, I believe. I'm a huge Blizzard guy, but I remember playing this game as a kid. It's not really it's really a fun game.
Yeah.
It's fun because of the aesthetics and the music and the announcer guy, I think, but it's not particularly fun to play.
Like, there's definitely some, like, 90s sort of, bit of that 90s charm there, but, man, I didn't think it was very fun to watch, I'll be perfectly honest.
And that's the next thing I was going to get to is, like, yeah, we want to also make sure that the games we play are also fun to watch. Let's be honest. We want you guys to enjoy it. And so, not trying to have you turn the dial or anything.
Along with my feelings for Batman Forever, I feel like this is kind of going to the wheelie bin here.
This one I will agree with. Not because it's a garbage game, but because I don't want to play it.
I have no desire for us to return to it, and I just don't think it's that fun to watch either. Like, I mean, I think we had some good banter and conversation while you were playing it in the quick lick, but I don't think we could do that for the full game.
I think we've juiced it as much as we could.
Yeah, that's about as much as we're going to squeeze out of that one. So
I agree.
Cool. Well, moving on. Got a Super Nintendo classic, Prince of Persia.
And not just Super Nintendo, many platforms. It's just a classic. Prince of Persia indeed. Why don't you guys take a quick look at the quick lick?
Floor's kind of... Oh, that looked like it hurt. And it did.
120 minutes left, so I have 2 hours to beat this.
I guess those little red potions at the bottom are your health.
Yeah, and it's been well over a decade since I last played this game, so we're just going completely off of I'm gonna die.
Ooh, that's kind of
gruesome.
Yeah, that's brutal for Super NES anyway.
Yeah, I'm going completely off of memory.
And we are back. That was our quick look. Hope you guys like that look back. This game's cool. I gotta admit, I think it's pretty neat for what it is and for how old it is and everything like that.
Yeah. And it was developed by like one dude, I think. And I don't know if I ever beat it. I remember playing it a lot as a kid and just being really bad at it. And it's definitely a game I would like to revisit or watch you play for the first time. And
yeah, I've never played it before, so that would be interesting to say the least. It feels like one of those games that's a lot more like trial and error, right? Like you've got to get the positioning just right for a lot of those jumps and for a lot of those attacks maybe that you're avoiding from the bad guys and things.
Yeah, it's got some.
But it is a timed game.
It is, yeah.
Too.
If I remember correctly, it was like 2 hours. You have 2 hours to beat it, which I think is cool. I really don't dislike anything about it. Now, I'm not saying definite wrong play right out of the gate, but it is one that I wouldn't mind going into the backlog, I would say.
I concur on this one. Yeah. I think that we could maybe do a wrong play in the future, but not a high priority right now, in my opinion. So, yeah. Cool.
And next up, one of Matt Brown's favorites, and one he's been really wanting me to play.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum.
Dragon Warrior.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-da. Yeah, I love this game. I love this series. So, of course, Grant wants to put it in the trash.
So, for some context, how about you guys you take a quick look back at our episode here first, and then we'll get into it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So
this is the kind of game where it's very useful to talk to everyone that you can.
All right.
That's how you get information of where to go next and what to do, how items work, all that sort of stuff.
So the bane of my existence is what you're saying.
A little bit,
Reading.
yeah, a little bit.
East
of this castle is a town.
So that was our episode of Dragon Warrior. I was playing it. Matt, as we mentioned, big fan of the series. He's how many times have you played through it?
Oh gosh, I've played through that original game on a couple different platforms, maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 times in my life. I come back to it every, few years and whatnot. So I love it. I think it's great.
And
But what matters more here, because if we do wrong play this, is it's Grant who will be playing it. How does Grant feel about it? How does Grant feel about Dragon Warrior?
So I have played a lot of RPGs and JRPGs. I can't say that I've liked them. I certainly have my frustrations of JRPGs. I'm not a patient gamer when it comes to certain grinds, which is weird because I also enjoy certain grinds. I've played World of Warcraft for 20 years and I have ground that sucker into oblivion. And depending on the JRPG, I rather quite like it. So it's simplistic enough and even limited enough to frustration that I think I could get through it without going crazy, and I actually might come out liking it a lot. I don't have anything against it. I know that you have been wanting me to wrong play it. We actually were going to wrong play it a long time ago. We just never got around to it. So I feel like I owe it to you to put it in the wrong play category.
Well, frankly, you do, but I don't want that to be the reason why we wrong play it. So, I would love for us to wrong play it. I think that it's great. I would also personally be down if you don't want to do it. I could, do like a lone play kind of stream kind of thing of it. Just, next time that I want to reminisce and play through this game again, I could do that and we could throw it up on the channel or something. But, if you really are despising the thought
I'm not
of
despising
playing through,
I'm also trying to think too in terms of entertainment value. It might be entertaining to watch me struggle. I don't know. I don't know how much fun it is to watch these kind of games, but I'd be willing to take a shot at it.
It's one of those games where you need to talk to all of the villagers and all the towns to get the riddles
in
and to
specific
find
orders and stuff. Yeah, right.
Not necessarily in specific orders, but to find, all the little pieces that you need to reach the final big bad guy, right? Mm-hmm. So it'd be fun to watch you struggle to try and interpret that without me spoiling the answers for you. But yeah.
And it might also be a longer one too, because it's probably like a 6 to 8 hour playthrough.
Yeah, it'd probably be something like that, 6 to 8 hours to get through the whole thing.
68 hours.
No, 6 to 8. 68 hours, that would be the later Dragon Quest games. From like 4 on, you're getting like 40, 50 hours, 60 hours per game. So,
all right. Well, I'm going to pull Audible here. I'm going to put it right here just for now,
okay,
while we
tentatively
further deliberate. Which brings us to our last game of this group, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers number 1.
Whew. It's a good one.
It is a good one.
It's a silly one.
It is a silly one. It's not very long either. It's also co-op, potentially, too. So
true.
Why don't you guys take a quick look again? Right here.
Yeah. Reminisce with us.
We're going for it.
Hey, we're in like a library or something, I think.
With kangaroos. I don't know why that's there. Oh man. More than
These
one
ones
hit?
take like multiple hits, yeah.
I guess I could just level hop. You didn't see that coming, did you? One up.
Hey. Wasn't that lovely? Just a great little quick lick.
Yeah, it's another Capcom game. It's a classic. I have played through it as a kid. I don't know if you have finished it.
I think I beat it as a kid. I can't remember for sure. I know I got pretty dang far. I think I remember fighting the big bad guy, Fat Cat, whatever he is.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I beat it.
And it's... I'm noticing a pattern, though, with my thought process here. It's a shorter game. It is co-op. It might make for a good stream.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what
Which
you're
makes
thinking.
sense. I think it could fit into that category pretty well. Yeah.
Do we plop it there?
I think that's a good spot,
All right.
especially if we're going to co-op it.
Well, I'm glad to say that there's no trash this group.
Well, no, there was one.
Oh,
We
you're
had
right.
our one piece of trash.
You're right. I take it back.
But we also have the problem of not having a definitive wrong play chosen. So
This is also true. I think we
do we
have...
leave it how it is and move on to the next group, or do we try to debate it out to pick one?
I don't know.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts?
I say we move on and then we can debate once we've got everything else on here from the other groups.
And are we sticking to we want to walk away with 4?
I think we want at least 4,
All right.
wrong plays that we've chosen for sure.
We want to commit to a busy schedule.
Yeah, that's right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to call this one here. We'll be back in a bit with our next group. So see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I want to set myself on fire.